What's good, everybody? It is your boy Tony the Savant back again. Hope everybody's having a good to great day, man. If you don't mind, before we get started, please like on this video, comment on this video, share this video. Also, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. A little bit of help goes a long way, and I just like to give my big thank you to everybody that has shown love and helped me grow this channel, this platform. So, if you don't mind, just doing those little acts, again, it does a big help for the channel. And let's get into this work. Why don't we? Because now that the Minnesota Timberwolves have been eliminated from playoff contention, I think that the next conversation is to have, or the next conversation that we have to have, pertains to if this team would be good enough to compete next season. How I'm seeing it, this team was constructed to beat the Denver Nuggets. With the bigs, and with the defense that they have, but wasn't necessarily constructed to beat a team like the Dallas Mavericks, who prioritize a little bit more perimeter play, guard play, such and such. So going forward, this Minnesota Timberwolves team is very kind of conflicted in that area of improving. Now, if you didn't know, Karl Anthony Towns is on a max deal. I believe that Rudy Gobert is on a max deal. Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniels extensions kick in next season. I believe they're both signed until 2029. So between those players, I believe with Mike Conley and Naj Reid as well, the Minnesota Timberwolves will be over the cap space by $19 million. A little bit over, 18.7, I believe. Close to 20. Just give them the 20. 20 million over the cap, the second apron luxury tax. I did a video explaining the second apron a little while back, but it's a bit extensive. What it just ultimately comes down to is the owner of the team will have to come out of pocket. And if you know anything about a rich man, the one thing they hate is just giving away money. So owners are incentivized to keep their payrolls and their teams constructed in a manner where you essentially can't have a super team. That's the whole point of the second apron. So with that in place, a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves will be in direct conflict with that. I forget the owner of the team, Glenn Taylor. Glenn Taylor has owned the team, I believe, since 2011. He's ready to get underneath that cap space, of course. He's been giving away $1.5 million, I believe. No, this season was the first time he gave away $1.5 million. And, understandably so. This is the first year that the Minnesota Timberwolves have been as competitive as they've been, Outside of that, they have $190 million going to those 6 big-time players, to 9 players total, but a lot of that money going to those 5 or 6 guys. So it's looking like next season they're going to have to make a decision. Again, with the young guys, Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, you kind of want to keep that wing core, build around them. Rudy Gobert, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year now, the anchor of their defense. I know he had a hard time against the Denver Nuggets and the Dallas Mavericks, but I like to say that Rudy was pretty serviceable, Was he my Defensive Player of the Year? Not by a long shot. I had the young Wembanyama winning the award as well as the Rookie of the Year award, but Rudy was the one that got the award. We can't take it away from him. And he's a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. So the anchor of this defense is Rudy Gobert. Anchor of the offense is going to be Anthony Edwards. And, with Jaden McDaniels, they would love for Jaden McDaniels to be a legitimate number 2. He kind of flamed out, at the end of this playoffs. We heard his name a lot more during the Phoenix series and a little bit more during the Denver Nuggets series. I don't remember hearing Jaden McDaniels' name at all during the Western Conference Finals. So, of course, didn't live up to expectations this run, but he's still young, and he's still right there in lockstep with Anthony Edwards as far as these two dudes can develop and become almost Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I think that's the ceiling, for him at least. A duo that can keep you in contention year in and year out. Um, so the odd man out is Cat. It's not even to really. It's kind of like It's not that I don't think the Minnesota Timberwolves necessarily want to trade Cat. The alleged best shooting man in NBA history. I don't know why dude said that. I don't really understand when these NBA players be doing that. I guess it's just a product of the era we're living in. But when Cat said that, I knew you just put a target on your back. And a guy like Karl Anthony Towns, who came into the league, one of those college players, who came in the league with a lot of media hype, one of the guys that the big men in the league have gone at, over the years. I remember specifically DeMarcus Cousins cooking them, one time. So, um, just a point of that matter. I don't know why he said that. I think he went 33 of 87 in the series, so just shooting abysmally from the behind the line. But he's the odd man out here, underneath with his max deal, with the tax situation that the Minnesota Timberwolves are in, with his performance in the Western Conference Finals. He's just an odd man out. I do believe I said this a while back when he got injured towards the end of the season, and Anthony Edwards really started, emerging as this number one option superstar player, because Anthony Edwards has always been good. I won't say take anything away from him, but he really started, putting his name on the map towards the end of the season last year. So, with all of that, in the mix, the money situation, his performance, moving forward next season, he's just the odd man out in this situation. Now, I was talking to my guy Ralph from DYT Sports Talk, and he was suggesting that they, flip Cat for another perimeter option, a guy that can create his own offense, have a situation similar to what the Dallas Mavericks have with Kyrie and Luka. And we ran down a list of a few guys that could possibly be in that mix, but of course, we'll have to wait until the NBA offseason is in full swing to really see who's available and how teams are going to move. But I suggested Paul George. I don't believe Paul George would be the necessary answer, but that's another guy that could get his own bucket probably. My concern with Paul George is he's injury prone. So is he going to be available for the postseason? If he's not, then you're in the exact same situation you're in now without Cat. So, and I believe I don't think anybody could argue that the Minnesota Timberwolves wouldn't have gone this far. Their season would have been over a long time ago without Cat. So, respectfully. But there's a lot of contention in the upper brass as well. As I mentioned, Glenn Taylor, he's ready to kind of restructure this team, but they got some majority owners. I know Alex Rodriguez, the legendary New York Yankee or Texas Ranger, I forget a few teams, but I know he played with the Yankees for sure. Alex Rodriguez is part of the ownership, as well as another individual. So there's a bit of a tussle in the upper brass that has to be ironed out. And, to see what direction this team is going to go in. Obviously, you got a superstar in Anthony Edwards, but the rest of the pieces, you got to figure out who's your core. Who do you want to be there for the next 5-10 years in case you go on the run, and, move forward in that manner. But there's a problem in ownership. The bosses are arguing. So I'll keep everybody posted as far as this situation goes, because as I was doing research for this video, I was learning of the situation, between the owners, and it's very interesting. So I'm investing on I'm invested to see how this situation plays out, and I'll definitely be dropping some videos on that. But what do y'all think about this video? Please let me know in the comment section. Once again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. I thank y'all for the love and support. It is your boy Tony Savant. Peace.